latest update coming in. We are now learning that Parth Pawar has reached Sharad Pawar's residence in Baramati. Meanwhile, leaders have started arriving at Sunetra Pawar's residence in Mumbai ahead of the key meeting at 2 p.m. We are being joined by Yesha Kotak. Yesha, as merger talks are gaining momentum and as all eyes are on that oath ceremony at 5 p.m., we are learning that Parth Pawar has reached Sharad Pawar's residence in Baramati. Meanwhile, a lot of leaders are arriving at Sunetra Pawar's residence ahead of that oath taking. What are you picking up from the ground?
Absolutely. In fact, what's important to note at this point is that while there were discussions by the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, they made it very clear that they wanted to hold a legislative party meeting today, which is scheduled to take place around 2 p.m. at Vidhan Bhavan. But amidst all of this, what's important is that there was of course this buzz yesterday that the Pawar family would sit together and decide the future of the NCP because clearly there were several meetings that were held in the presence of Ajit Pawar between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar, wherein they went ahead to mention that Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar would come together. Both the parties were supposed to combine. In fact, this very statement that comes in from Sharad Pawar that a merger was to be announced on February 12th. Now, this clearly, is kind of showing about how both the NCPs were to merge, but the fact that the NCP leaders from the Ajit Pawar faction have taken a decision, be it Praful Patel, be it Chhagan Bhujbal, be it Sunil Tatkare, all of these top leaders took a decision, spoke to Sunetra Pawar, and she is to take oath this evening at around 5 p.m. So clearly before the legislative party meeting is where these leaders have gathered at Devgiri at the residence of Ajit Pawar, where clearly Sunetra Pawar is present right now. This meeting has been called in just before the legislative party meeting to discuss the happenings of legislative party meeting. But while this meeting is on, a clear indication that Sharad Pawar has not been happy with the decision that have been taken is in fact been indicated with the press conference that he addressed early in the morning, and which is where we see that while Sunetra Pawar is in Mumbai, Parth Pawar, who's in Baramati, Sharad Pawar is also still at Baramati. He's at his Govind Bagh residence, and we've seen that after this very press conference and the indication that Supriya Sule and Sharad Pawar might not attend the swearing-in ceremony is where you've seen that Parth Pawar has reached there so as to initiate some conversation with Sharad Pawar. Because after the last rites of Ajit Pawar were held, it was a clear indication that there could possibly be Sharad Pawar taking a call on both the NCPs, but that's not really happened, and which does not seem to have gone well with the Pawar family. Yes.
Right, Yesha, please stay on with us. We are in fact getting some more breaking news on the story. Like Yesha just now mentioned that Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule might not attend Sunetra Pawar's oath-taking ceremony. We are also learning from Pawar family sources that some members of the Pawar family have been unhappy with media interactions, meetings and decisions that were taken by NCP top leaders, even as family was completing last formalities of Ajit Pawar. Now, Sunil Tatkare and Praful Patel held a meeting at Mumbai even before the immersion of the ashes of Ajit Pawar. Yesha, please give us the latest. We are now learning that some of the Pawar family members are unhappy with what's going on with the NCP.
Absolutely. In fact, when we speak of this comes in as we saw that late last night, right after the last rites of Ajit Pawar were conducted, there were several meetings that were held. In the night, sources also suggest that there was a meeting that was held by the top leaders with Devendra Fadnavis on Thursday as well. However, yesterday, evidently, Sunil Tatkare, Dhananjay Munde, Praful Patel, Chhagan Bhujbal, they all went to Varsha Baglo, wherein they held a meeting with Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister. Now, with the fact that these meetings were held, is where we also saw several media interactions that took place, which has not really gone well with Pawar family, because while these meetings were being held, the Pawar family was still busy in immersion of ashes of Ajit Pawar, and that's where while the decision was being taken, because clearly it was the top leaders of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction who took the decision that legislative party meeting be called in today, that Sunetra Pawar be appointed as a party head, and then eventually the Deputy Chief Minister as well. So while all of these decisions were being taken, the Pawar family was still grieving, they were still mourning the loss of Ajit Pawar, and while these decisions are being taken, it has not really gone well with several family members that the NCP Ajit Pawar faction leaders they jumped in
Right.
to take this decision while the mourning period was still on. Yes.
Right, Isha, and even amid those merger talks that are gaining momentum in Maharashtra, Sharad Pawar's statement is coming in where he's saying that those merger talks were actually in works for 4 months when Ajit Pawar was alive, and that even though he will not stop Sunetra Pawar from doing what she is doing, but he clearly wished that Ajit Pawar's last wish be taken care of.
Absolutely, this comes in because clearly, of course, this talk of merger, this reunification was on for quite some time. But after that of Ajit Pawar, it gained even more momentum with the fact that the announcement was expected to take place, as soon as the Jila Parishad results were to be announced, which is where, there was still a hope clinging on that that Ajit Pawar's last wish would be addressed and both the parties would merge. But the fact that in a hurry is where this decisions have been taken. While the family has not been consulted, because there were Pawar family is also looking at the fact that after the mourning period is over, the entire Pawar family would sit together and decide the next course of action for the Pawar family, and that's where this decision was to be taken. But the fact that all of these decisions have been taken in a hurry and Sharad Pawar was left unaware about this is something that has not gone well, and that's why we see him addressing media, saying he was not aware of the fact that Sunetra Pawar was taken as a Deputy Chief Minister, and there was no consultation that was made with the patriarch of the NCP party, because it was Sharad Pawar who, in fact, was the one who ensured
Right.
that Ajit Pawar was mentored. He was a mentor to Ajit Pawar, and it was also looked at the fact that whoever comes in next in place of Ajit Pawar would be mentored by Sharad Pawar himself. Yes.
Right. Thank you, Aisha, for all of those updates. All eyes on that oath-taking ceremony and the key meeting